So you just walked into what I have listed over here. I'm actually going to read it out, right? This is just coming out of your internship, and this was Karek Stanwyck who wrote this about you. Is Shailynn Hacker is going places. Not only does she have the best real name for a cybersecurity professional, she absolutely rocked her internship with H&R Block. She came in with high energy and was driven, passionate, and absolutely clueless. And then there's an emoji over there. And yet she proved just how quickly she could become an effective contributor, leveraging her work ethics, positive attitude, and drive to learn. She's heading back to school for now, but do me a favor, reach out, show some love, connect with Shailynn to help grow her LinkedIn network as she begins with what will certainly be an incredible career in cybersecurity. You may just want to hire her someday. Mm-hmm. So that's how you and I connected, Shailynn. But again, kudos to you for that, right? Because it is so rare to have somebody come out and publicly do what he did for you. And I think the whole concept behind it was really the elevation aspect of what the work that you put in, but also the transparency with which you approached it and said, "Hey, I don't know a lot," right? Which is kind of what he said. But then coming out of it, the impact that you had was tremendous. And again, coming to you, Anthony, right? I'm talking about a LinkedIn post of yours, which again I responded to, and I think it was AJ Yon who had posted and you responded. Yeah. I'm finding early in my journey transitioning into cybersecurity that networking plays a major role. I've just got to put myself out there, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Thank you for the advice. So again, question both of you. Let's start with the Anthony. Is you are putting yourself out there all the time on LinkedIn, right? And again, what gives you the courage to not just seek advice, but also give advice to others as you move along?
So this kind of goes into the mentorship question, but I try to figure out I try to look at other people in my life that would take that step and reaching out. And I thought about all the women in my family. I was raised by all Black women. It seems like for every 3 women in my life, there's 1 man. And then I had my lovely girlfriend, and then she brought more women into my life. And I was looking at them, and I've seen all the obstacles they have overcome and things that they've overcome in the past and with like future obstacles they face. And I just thought to myself, my life, I don't have any of those obstacles. Like, I shouldn't be complaining about not posting on LinkedIn or just reaching out and commenting. So, and I found it's super easy in that everybody seems to be a supportive crew. I know they talk a lot in the cybersecurity industry about gatekeepers, but I discovered people like you and AJ Yon who just embraced me, and I thought that was amazing. So after I made my first comment, it made me feel relieved, and then after that, every other comment after that was just a breeze.
So amazing. I mean, again, kudos to you, and I follow you all the time, as you're aware, Anthony. So Shailynn, how did that post from Karek make you feel?
First, I was very surprised when Karek asked if he could do that. Because at first I was kind of like, I didn't know you were going to ask me. So that's kind of nice. That makes me feel, valued as a person and my opinions. But second, it was mostly awe-inspiring. I don't think I've ever connected with people in such a way as I have since joining cybersecurity. Because as a nursing student, our networking is very different than it is for cybersecurity professionals. We connect over, crazy life events that are happening in the hospital and, what patients we've had together and things, things of that nature. I've never really had to connect with people in such a business-like manner. So although I was a little intimidated because I was connecting with quite a few people, I really just took it as a chance to just simply converse with others. I tried to not look at it as I'm networking for, my future dream job, or I'm networking for, the possibility of this person, being my boss or something like that. I really have just been taking it as an opportunity to just talk to people that want to talk to me. And that has been, the best way for me to overcome my imposter syndrome and, really just let myself enjoy the process. Because I feel like that's something a lot of students and, people that are breaking into the industry, they forget to do that. They forget to enjoy, the beginning, because the beginning can be, the most inspiring part, and the rest, will fall into place. So that's really what my networking experience has been. And when, Carrie, he checks in with me every now and again, and he's like, so how's networking going? And I'm like, I'll be honest with you, Carrie, like I always am. It's intimidating. These are some people I could never have imagined, speaking to. And we're just talking like everyday people. And I really enjoy that.
Amazing. So I think the journey that you two are on, I mean, clearly cybersecurity is something that both of you are passionate about. That's pretty obvious, right? But the cybersecurity itself, it has lots of different fields. I know you made a choice, Shailynn. I know, Anthony, you're still in that process of figuring out what aspect. So, Shailynn, how did you end up choosing the sub area within cyber that you really feel that you want to do?
Well, when I first joined cybersecurity, I joined an offensive cybersecurity track at my school. Because I'd seen in like movies and sci-fi, I'm like, hackers are cool, and that's my name. Like, I could totally do that. I could figure that out. But then as I got into my internship, my internship role, I was an adversary modeling and intelligence intern. And I worked closely with Central Threat Intelligence on my team. And I found that I really enjoyed the psychological aspect of, advanced, persistent threats and why they do what they do and how they do it and how we track that. And since completing my internship, I have to say I've gone back and tailored my program a little bit to kind of highlight those skills a little bit more. So it was kind of like a trial and error kind of thing. Like, I had a general idea of what I thought I would enjoy. But of course, once getting actually into the workplace and experiencing other aspects of the field, I found that the defensive portion of cyber has really drawn me in, and I've really not connected any better with the others as I have with like CTI.
Got it. Anthony, have you dialed into what is it that you want within the cyber sector?
I for sure want to go more into the defensive side. I feel like when I first got into cybersecurity and all the Discord groups I joined and things like that, I feel like everybody wanted to be a pen tester. Like, I want to be a hacker. Everybody's quoting Mr. Robot and things of that nature. And I was like, well, that's cool. You guys do that. I want to be able to stop you guys. So I felt like it would be easier for me to stand out. And then I liked the idea of protecting instead of like, not saying that being a pen tester or an offensive is not protecting, but I feel like defensive has that more of a protecting mentality. And I think that's more of my mindset when I go into these things. And so I feel like that's probably the route I'll end up taking in the end.
Got it. So Anthony, as we get to the close of the show, one of the key aspects of it that I asked my guests is, what advice do you have for people who are interested? And again, you mentioned Mr. Robot. There's lots of other, I mean, again, with cybersecurity being in the news every single day or multiple times during the day, it clearly, for somebody on the outside, hey, it seems like a reasonable career to go after. It's enduring, there's money to be made, etc. But they have no clue beyond that, right? So Anthony, what advice would you have for somebody who is able to quickly, like you did, right, which is like have a mentor, say, hey, AI is not what I want to do, cybersecurity is what I want to do, and self-select in if that's truly what they want, or conversely, realize that, hey, while this might look nice from the outside, this isn't really what I want, and therefore I want to go somewhere else. So again, what practical advice do you have for them to go down that process of elimination?
Okay, so I think the first thing I would do is just watch some YouTube videos. I thought there's so much free content out there that can give you a general idea of what cybersecurity is and multiple aspects and areas in cybersecurity. And then from there, if you decide whether you want to go down further exploring that road or leaving it, then you would stop there, of course. But if you want to go down further, then I would suggest maybe taking a course on Udemy. They have a ton of courses on there. I took my intro to cybersecurity class through Udacity. And from there, that's what I based my decision off of. Like, if I take this class, do I like what I'm learning in this class? And I think that should be a clear indicator, like, oh, I want to go down this path and pursue this. And then after that, once you do all that stuff, the next step is to make sure you just do something every day, even if you don't put your best foot forward. There's some days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do my Try Hack Me class or do anything like that. And I just go in and log in, learn about Hydra or something of that nature. I'm like, I'm so glad I did this today instead of doing nothing, because I got further in the field than I was yesterday. That'd be first. Watch a video, take a class, and just try to do something every day.
Great advice. Shailynn, what do you have to add to that?
Really just piggybacking off of Anthony, Pluralsight is a fantastic resource for all kinds of different aspects of cyber, whether it be defensive, offensive, a mix of, both. Just dip your toes in a little bit. And even if you're still not entirely sure, really all I could say is just to be ambitious and be a little bit courageous. And most people don't realize that being courageous also means that you're a little bit afraid. I was afraid when I swapped majors. I was swapping from, a predominantly female-dominated field into a male-dominated field with absolutely no background or experience in it. And I was afraid. But I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable with my choice and I'm confident of my future because I was courageous. And really, that's all you need. Cyber is just like any other industry, and there are going to be myths, especially surrounding like certifications and what kind of specific degrees you should have. But really, anybody can go into it. We're coming into an era where talent is more important than the certifications you have and the type of degree that you have, because it's evolving every day and we need that talent in order to stay ahead. So if you're looking for it and you want it even just a little bit, I say go for it.
Wow. I knew this was going to be inspirational, and but you guys just blew my mind. All seriousness, I think I'm amazed, having been in the industry for 20 plus years, I really think there is a bright future ahead where, despite all of the things that's going around, ransomware attacks and APTs and all that, I still think with people like Shailynn and Anthony, the two of you, and many more others outside who are actually wanting to be this industry and actually raise up the defenses, I think there's going to be a much higher bar for people to actually want to break in from a hacker perspective, right? So I'm very positive that the defenses are going up. So thanks to you. Again, thanks for your time, Shailynn and Anthony, and good luck.
Of
Thank
course,
you for having me. I
thank
appreciate
you
it
so much.